So because of European Union regulations, Apple has been forced, at least in Europe, to provide capabilities for third-party app stores. Now, this is something that you really do need to take some time to consider, because you may already be blocking users from installing applications, and that's great. But if you do allow your end users to install applications, you need to be wary of where they're installing those applications from. So, with 17.4 iOS version, SM now has some new capabilities. The first is if we go into the devices page and actually look at the applications installed, you will see that we now have a new column called source. And if we click on this, you can see actually that this application here, Autonomous, is sideloaded. Now obviously it is not a managed application, so we can't delete it. But what can we do? Well, the first thing to note is that if we go to security policies, we're going to be able to have some new capability now that allow us to see devices which have third-party apps. So I'm just going to type in as our policy name, third-party app inst. I'm going to scroll down and you can see that we have a new capability here called app distributor restrictions. So I'm going to tick this, and basically what we're going to do is I'm just going to select sideloaded and click save. Now all we've done, as usual, is just create a security policy. Nothing spectacular there. But if we go to overview, so if we scroll down, we'll now be able to see that there is a device which is non-compliant with that security policy that we've created. So that's great. We can see that something has happened, but we really want to be a little bit more proactive with this. So we're going to go to alerts. We're going to scroll down, and you can see I've already got a security alert for Systems Manager, but I'm just going to add a new one, and we're going to select our third-party app install on failing compliance. If you want to be alerted to the fact that the user has uninstalled an application, we can do that as well. And we're going to say for all endpoints. Obviously, if you have a webhook, we can use that as well. And we'll click save. So we can see that a user has installed a third-party application. We can be alerted to the fact that a user has installed a third-party application. But there's one more thing that we can do. Let's say that you have an application that has some incredibly sensitive data in, and you want to make sure that whatever happens to the device, that that data is safe or even removed. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm just going to randomly pick an iOS application like Outlook, for example. And many of you are already familiar with the targets. And what we can do is I'm just going to get rid of MDM marketing, and I'm going to go to our policy. I'm going to type in 3RD. Now what we can do is say that we have devices which are compliant or non-compliant. And you can see that my iPhone is not in there. If I did 3RD in here and violating, you'll see that there's our device. So I want to ensure that only devices which are compliant against that security policy, which don't have third-party or side-loaded applications installed, I'll hit save. So whenever a user does install a third-party application that is side-loaded, the next time the device checks in, Systems Manager sees this, we will remove Outlook for you. So this is how we can protect devices using Systems Manager where a user may load a side-loaded application. Thank you.